Cool. Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And today, I'm going to give you, as you can see with this title of the video, do you believe this is Pride Recommendation video number 5? Because we've done pink, we've done black, we've done white, and we've done red. So we're on to orange. Now, orange is going to be a little bit different than the others because looking through our oranges, these were the only 5 I wanted to talk about. Well, there was a 6 that I could, but I figured these 5 were the 5 that kept standing out to me. And what's funny is I've read all 5. So there's no recommendations here that I haven't read. And they were all, I do believe, 5 stars. And I will state one is a super popular book. Like, I know there's at least like 2 super popular. One that could be possibly popular. And one that's technically not even out yet. But I digress. Let's just get into this. Because I think this is going to be the fun one. And it's very diverse on everything. My first one I want to talk about is the one that hasn't came out yet, but is coming out this month in May. Do you believe it comes out? The arc says the 22nd, but do you believe it got pushed back to the 31st? But that is A Little Bit Country by Brian D. Kennedy. Now, this book I feel like everybody needs to look out for, because I feel like this one's going to take the YA queer genre by storm. This is by far my all-time favorite YA queer rom-com. Let me just take one more glance. Yeah. That's Mel. That's not like Heartstopper, because we all know where I stand with Heartstopper. Do you have another one of my favorite YA queer books? We'll see later. But, I digress. This is A Little Bit Country, which I'm just going to read a little bit of the tagline on the back, because I feel like this kind of will, like, hype you up. Back says, Dumplin meets Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda in this heartfelt and funny LGBTQ plus contemporary romance. 2 teen boys who fall in love against the backdrop of a Dollywood-esque amusement park. And this is his debut novel from Brian. This follows Emmett McGuire and Luke Barnes. They couldn't be more different. After all, Emmett wants to be the country's biggest gay superstar. Country music's biggest gay star. And Luke hates country music. But when the two meet cute at Wanda World, the amusement park owned by Emmett's idol, country music legend Wanda Jean, their attraction to each other is unstoppable until a long-lost secret comes to light, threatening to unravel everything. This is not only just a love letter to queerness, this is a love letter to country music. As someone who grew up with the 90s, early 2000s, country music icons such as Reba, Shania, Martina, the Judds, Leanne Rimes, Dolly Parton, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Carrie Underwood, Faith Hill, Faith Evans. I meant Sarah Evans, not Faith Evans. Faith Evans is rap. Sorry. This really did warm my heart. And I do know of some people who have read this who aren't the biggest country fans, and they loved it too. So I feel like this is a book that everybody will get something out of. And I just can't wait for this to be on everyone's favorites lists. I know it was on my top 10 for the first quarter. And it will probably be on my top 10 later this year too, because I'm waiting for our official copies to come in as well, so that this copy can go to my favorite shelves in there. I just love this book so much. Oh, yeah. All the stuff is this. Next is a book that I finished like a couple of days ago. Do you believe I finished this like 3-4 days ago? And I need book 2. And pardon my pronunciations, but we have Iron Widow by Zorin J. Zhao. I hope I pronounced your name right. But this is a queer sci-fi-ish based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Voltron. This is set in a world where it's based off of Chinese mythology and chi-based yin-yang and the elements of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. This is a world where men control gigantic robots, and they need a woman concubine in there to like combine their energies to defeat this alien race. This cover is just stunning. Powers up chrysalises, male pilots, and then the main character, Zetin. I remember how they pronounced it in the thing. But a young girl went in to avenge her sister's death. And she gets paired with Li Shimon. And then there's also another boy. Oh, what's the other one's name? I forgot the other one's name. Yizai? I think that's how you pronounce his name. This has the perfect love triangle with a polyamorous relationship. And I feel like that's all you really need to know is the little bit that I just told you before you go into it. But I will state the twists and turns in this had me screaming. And the way this ends, I need book 2 now. And book 2 does not come out till next year. Because this came out this year. No, last year. In 2021. Book 2 doesn't come out till 2023. And I'm screaming. So read it. Read it. You don't need to know anything else going into it. I'm not the biggest sci-fi fan, and that blew my mind. Just, yes. Next is a book that I think is kind of popular. And this one you can count as pink as well. We leave it in the orange because it looks better in the orange for us. But that is The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran. Because it's like in the orange. This is an amazing queer rom-com following Dev Deshpande, who has always believed in love and works on a dating show called Ever After, where they bring on a Prince Charming and help him find his love. And the Prince Charming this time is Charlie Winshaw, and it's what happens behind the scenes and the love story between them two. This was perfection. I cannot wait for Allison's next book. This is up there as well with Never Been Kissed, and it's up there with Red, White, and Royal Blue, and Boyfriend Material, and Delilah Green Doesn't Care, and Read Between the Lines, and stuff like that as some of my all-time favorite adult queer rom-coms. Which I might do a list in June of adult queer rom-coms. That would actually be a really good list. Granted, I'm pretty sure you guys already know all the ones on the list. But so be it. I love this, and I highly recommend it, and I think everyone would love this. If you're looking for something that is just cute, fun, this is one of the few that are like the exceptions to the 5-star rule. Like, this didn't make me cry at all. Well, it did, kinda, and tear it up in some spots, but this, I didn't feel right not giving it a 5-star, and I still think about this today. So it's like, I absolutely love this, and I think more people need to read this. Especially if you're a huge fan of shows like The Bachelor. Next is one that happened to be one of our season-a-thon group books. This was for Fall Into Reading-a-thon. I do believe last year's Fall Into Reading-a-thon. Or was it the year before? My months are blending, guys. Last year's. And that is Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. This follows a girl named Darcy Phillips, who writes advice. It's like this advice columnist things. Answers these letters in a locker. And she is seen by when Brougham catches her in the act collecting letters from locker 89, out of which she's been running her questionably legal anonymous relationship advice service. That's exactly what happens. He exchanged to help her get his girlfriend back, and things ensue. This is super cute and amazing, and I think everybody needs to read it. And last but not least is the most popular, probably. This is as popular as Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, but I can't do Orange without recommending this masterful book, and that is Felix Ever After by Jason Calendar. This follows a trans boy as he comes to term with who has never been in love, who's falling in love with love, he wants his own happily ever after, and it's all about him coming to terms with his own identity of being a trans